La di la di doo doo. La di dee day. La di doo 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 doo. Let's get it. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-nan-dun, 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 da-na-na-na-na. 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 All right, I will not do that again. Welcome back, lady. Whoa. I don't have no ladies here. I don't know what that guy was talking about. Welcome back, gods and goddesses. Yes. This here is that by the way, Podcadicio. I am your host. Who am I? Your host. Yeah. Mr. Bush with the least amount of mostness. Okay. All right. Cool. The tea is banging today. Sleepy time tea is banging. I owe some shout outs to like some actual like listeners, like for real. I meant to do this over the last few pods when I actually met the people, but I would like to give some shout outs. So before I give a shout out to anybody, I'm going to give a shout out to this one person, but this one person I don't even know. Let me tell you. So every time I drop every time I release a podcast, right? It's like timing and waves, right? So there's this one listener, right, that listens. I'm talking about within a few hours of me dropping, right? I'm talking about this person is before everybody else because I can see that it's that person, and then the numbers just change, like the regular. I ain't gonna say regular. The flow of listeners come in, right? But this person comes before all of them, every damn time, every time, and it's so funny. It's not funny. It's actually beautiful. It's really beautiful. They support the shit out of me. And I don't even know who this person is. But yet, I think about this person every fucking day. Excuse me, I don't mean to curse. I think about this person every beautiful, sweet, honey day. There's nothing curse worthy of it. It's just, I was expressing myself the wrong way through linguistics, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it's dope. It's really dope. This person, I really appreciate them. I'd say this. when I finally started getting the funding that you know, that is seen fit for me. I would love for the universe to align me with whoever this person is, and I like to take them out for just a good meal, good convo, and just something build worthy. You know what I mean? Like just chill shit. You know what I mean? Just real smooth, lackadaisical, chill shit. Yeah, I would love to just get them a meal, get them some Italian ice, get them some. You know, I just really would just pick their brain. You know, spend time, visit family members if I could. You know, help them take a week off, go take balloons to all their first loves. I don't know, just something just dope, smooth, out the way, just existing. I think that's really dope. Whoever that person is, I just want to let you know, Mr. Bush appreciates you wholeheartedly. You know, and one of the reasons I say this is because, you know, little do you or anybody else knows, this one listener was the fire in my back when I was the furthest from my fullest self. And at a time when I didn't value what was and what is and what I do possess. I was looking at life very half glass full-ish, you know. And I had the universe talking to me in so many ways of learning to, you know, love yours, appreciate you, and grind and, you know, see the gold and the divinity in what you're working with and who and what you are. And this one listener put so much energy at my back, put so much faith and I was able to see myself doing things when I didn't feel like I could ever do anything. And I appreciate this person. I really do. I don't know who you are. I just want to let you know, I hope you sleep well tonight. I hope you're comfortable. I hope people open up doors for you, hold the doors for you. I hope birds sing for you. I hope flowers dance for you. I hope bees protect you. I hope dogs serenade you with kisses. I wish nothing but the best for you, honestly. And the day we ever get a chance to cross paths, I will do everything on my end to just let you all know I'm appreciative. I'm really appreciative. Yeah. So shout out to you. Shout out to that number one listener. And that's just real talk. As far as the rest of everybody else, it's all love to you all. I mean, every single one of you all individually. It's just this person here is like, they've been there, ain't gonna lie. But then again, you know, my air hustlers have. So what are we talking about? Welcome back. I'm actually not done with my shout outs. I got some more shout outs to do. So I want to give a shout out to this other I don't want to say stranger. I want to give a shout out to this other fam member whose name I just don't know. I know that sounds crazy, but anyway. I was at the grocery store and I was running. Actually, I was out and long story short, I was talking to somebody on the phone, and somebody on the phone was going to do something for somebody else that was older that we know. So I decided to go get the stuff for him, right? So I went, got dropped off. I went to the grocery store to get the stuff for her. So and it's so funny. It's so funny. First of all, let me give you pretenses. So there's an older gentleman, not father-in-law, but he's the grandfather of my daughter. And he had a stroke about, I want to say about 9 years ago. Just about, maybe 10. But from the stroke, he hasn't really changed much as far as his dietary as much. I mean, he's still chitlins and neck bones with it to a degree. But anyway. So, mind you, I'm the type that when I first started smoking weed, I had some cousins that smoked cigarettes, right? I had some friends that smoked cigarettes. I despised cigarettes. Like, I hated cigarettes, right? So whenever somebody was trying to light up a cigarette, I'm not even gonna say flame up. Why would I ever say that? Flame it up is for joints. Come on. Whenever somebody's gonna light up a cigarette, and they ask me for a lighter, I just bugged my eyes and made a facial expression like, huh? And they would just assume I didn't have one, even though I had 1 or 2 Bics in my jacket. But it's for weed only. I'm sorry. Anyway, so when I turned vampire, no, I'm sorry. When I turned into a vegetarian, when I turned into a vegetarian at the age of 25, that sentiment kind of crossed over for meat. So like if somebody asked me for something to eat or if I get them something or blah blah, I was not buying them like the meat stuff that they wanted, I guess. Anyway, long story short. So he wanted smoked turkey tips and something else with some he wanted smoked turkey tips. He wanted some collard greens and some other greens. And I also think smoked pig feet or something like that. Maybe it was something else. No, smoked riblets or something like that. I don't know. So I'm in the produce area and I'm looking for greens. There's a lot of different types of greens. And I'm also thinking like smoked meat might be in this area. So there's a woman walking by and you ever know, like, maybe this is for spiritual people. You know when you look at people and you can just tell certain things? Like, okay, some people you could look at people and you could just tell, nah, I ain't gonna talk to that person. Some people you could look at people and you could be like, yeah, they look helpful. Some people you could look at people and you could be like, oh yeah, that's definitely a mother. Like some people you could look at and be like, oh yeah, that's definitely a nurturing person. Or you just read things, right? So there was this woman, she was walking by and she looked like she knew what I did in the grocery store. So I asked her, could she assist me? I didn't know if she worked there or not. And she was like, oh no, I don't work here, but I can help you though. What's up? So I was like, I'm looking for collard greens and some smoked turkey tips or smoked whatever. And she said, well, the greens right over there. And it was like a different sections of different greens or whatever. And she said right around the corner, right at the meat section, the smoked meat should be right there at the, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. From there, I think I know what it was. She mentioned something about what I was cooking. Yeah, that's what it was. She mentioned something about the ingredients that I was getting. And I was letting her. No, I was like, no, I don't eat meat. I don't know if I ever told you all that. Maybe I did. I don't know. I was telling her, actually, no, this is for somebody else. I actually don't eat meat. Just don't eat meat. So she said, you don't? How long you been doing that? She asked me some questions. Blah, 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 talk. as we were talking about stuff, we somehow got into the podcast, and I was just talking about, I think I know what it was. I was just talking about how the changes and the things that I've just come to see and understand and research and experience with my body. Of just being my own scientist, of learning things in life, and I've decided to filter, my understandings and learnings of things in life. In a podcast, I got a show where I teach various people about and just give information about different, which I need to get back more into. I talk about more energetic and just ways of existing, which is it all adds up. But anyway, so I was just telling her how it goes into, and actually, an older, really beautiful Puerto Rican woman. I wish I remembered your name. If you told me, I can't remember. But shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah. It's Mr. Bush. It's me. That's funny. It's funny. I didn't even tell her my name was Mr. Bush. I think I just told her my name was Bushwick. I think so. But either way, I wish nothing but the best. I hope you're having a beautiful day, ma'am. And you're so motherly and so warm. Like, I know your family really enjoys you, really. And you were there to cook some meals. So you get in the kitchen, you doing what you got to do. So it's nothing like a woman that knows how to cook. So shout out to you, and nothing but blessings, guidance, and protection for you and your family. Definitely. I have some other shout outs, boom. I want to give a shout out to this person. I actually do remember their name, at least. Well, I remember the essence of the person. I remember the person. This person is Renee. I met Renee a few weeks ago at a community meeting that was at this bookstore. It was a networking event. And my manager, he had called me up, let me know. It was like, it's something you definitely might want to come through. I'll be here, blah, blah, blah. So went through, we politicked and talked to some people. And Renee was, I believe she said she was a sociologist. I want to say she said she was a sociologist. She spoke about it briefly and was talking about things. I definitely wanted to go more, I definitely would have needed a more in-depth sit-down conversation as far as, the ins and outs and details of sociology. But from the basis of what she told me, it's funny, it was like I was understanding, but I was kind of getting further away from my understanding at the exact same time. But I'm a very simple, extremely absorbent and understanding person. So once I get an opportunity to just sit down and focus on it, I definitely can understand it. That's not a problem. But shout out to Renee and all the things that she's looking to do with her consulting firm, and making her moves and building and connecting. I believe she said she was from Atlanta. She's originally from Canada. Yeah, that was like, and what's so funny? I was eating some macaroni and cheese, which was, it was delicious. Shout out to my man. Hold on. I know I wrote this. I wrote it down. It was some macaroni and cheese that I was eating on a plate. Chef Ken. Shout out to Chef Ken. House of Love Catering. LOOVE. That's the 2 O's. Chef Ken, his macaroni and cheese is delicious. They cater anywhere in Chicago. But anyway, so I was talking politicking with people. Let me build it up, take you back. When I first came in, people had plates of food. I was walking past people with the most delicious. It was like it was sweating, shiny and cheesy, nice amount of oil and moisture, just glistening off people's plates. And I'm seeing everybody with macaroni and cheese and all this other stuff, right? So they did some talks and some speeches, and by that time everybody was like, talking and bonding. So I did that, loved it, don't get me wrong. And then after that was over, I noticed the food area, and I was like, "Oh, macaroni and cheese! This is my moment. I can give me some cheese, macaroni and cheese." So I finally went, got me some, and as I got me some, I'm happy. I'm getting that. It's looking good. It's delicious. Look, the macaroni and cheese looked like it fell off the bone. I don't even know what that. There is no bones. You get what I'm saying? It looked that good. Like, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So I get my macaroni and cheese, and I'm trying not to look like a fat ass. Like I'm super happy and fulfilled now, because I've been fulfilled. Don't get me wrong, I'm in a fulfilling area, but I like food. I do. If you saw me, you wouldn't be able to tell, but I do like food. So I'm walking around. It's nothing but books, and I gotta be careful. I don't want to be oily or greasy or anything with the food. So I find a little table, and I land. I fly in. I land. I get into that macaroni and cheese. I'm tearing it up. As I'm getting into it, I'm by the books. I'm at this standing table by the books, but I'm not by the books. I'm 3 feet away. That's when there was this woman who was looking in my direction as I was eating. Now, as I'm eating and people looking or staring at me or in my direction, I'm kind of more noticing, on guard. But I wasn't on guard. I just noticed. So she was looking, and then she was tilting her head, and she was getting closer and stepping towards me. And I just looked up, and I looked at her, and she just looked at me. And I looked at her, and she looked at me, and I'm like, I got macaroni and cheese in my mouth. And she's trying to look at a book behind me. But, yeah, I was in her way, basically. So, yeah, that's what I was saying, all that about macaroni and cheese. But anyway, from that, that's how I met Renee when, about some books and whatever the case may be. But we did talk about the pod, and I have a link app, the tap on the back of my phone. So when I tap people in a conversation and they tap with their phone, everything just pops up and they get it right there. So did that with her, and she said she wanted to check it out, and I was like, yeah, I appreciate you, definitely. And any endeavors that she's trying to build and do, I would love to be able to be in a position to assist. I think us as a melanated bunch, we have to work together. We have to come together, and we have to actually build. And sometimes we are enough. Sometimes you're the piece to somebody else's puzzle, or sometimes it's a big puzzle. It's nobody owns any of it. It's all of ours. It's one big puzzle of all of ours, and we all have pieces to put in. So utilize yourself correctly, and but yeah, that's that. And shout out to Renee. One more person. Hold on. Hold on. Crap. Hold on. Where is it? So there was a woman who also had a podcast, and I heard it, but crap, I feel so bad right now. Hold on, give me 1 second. Because I actually listened to I listened to the episode. I think she put it out about a year or two ago. Let me see. I'm so sorry doing all this doing, and you all was there. That was not my my prerogative. My yeah. So I cannot find it at the moment for some reason, but she had gave me her card. And maybe I have to go back and look. Let me see this. What's this? I don't know what that is. Yeah, she gave me a car, but I forgot. Anyway, so yeah, shout out to her. She had a podcast. Can't remember off top what the topic was, but I know I definitely resonated with it. Um, but I would definitely say you might want to get back in the booth and get back to it. I ain't gonna lie. I believe, what was that, 2021, 2022? That episode that you put out it was from then. So I'm pretty sure you've had time to amalgamate, process newer information as well as the things that you've already gone through with a newer perspective. So I can only see you being better, honestly. So wish you the best, and thank you. I enjoyed that. I definitely did. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. For a while, I've been really wanting to make sure I get my shout outs. I meet people here and there, and I've been meaning to do it, but sometimes I apologize, you all. And it's so crazy because it's those moments that I love. I love putting this show on, like putting people onto this pod, talking about this pod, just talking about what, and don't get me wrong. It's done in a certain way. I don't just come out the rip and just talk about this. And to be honest, I kind of actually keep it a secret from certain things. Like, you have to be a complete stranger to me for me to just open up. And I just don't open up. It has to be like the universe has to show that it makes sense to, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, I love talking to people. I really do. Like, man, who you talking to? I love people, bro. Like, I love people. I love them. I do. I love them. And more importantly, I love people that know how to be themselves and mastered it. There's a lot of people like walking around with staticky personalities. They don't have full access to who and what they see or feel. Don't get me wrong. Trauma and a lot of things do that, and it's real. It's real, but I love it. It's refreshing when somebody knows exactly who they are, and that goes for little kids. That goes for old people, and in between. Like, that's when it's the most beautiful. Like, seeing a kid be themselves, be solely, primarily who they innately are, without fear or holding back. That's a divine thing. Seeing an old person operate innately as to who they are, without any dementia, fear, or anything holding them back, that is beautiful. Like, it's the most purest. Yeah, it's just pure, and it's funny. I had this talk with myself sometimes. Not talk. I just had this realization with myself sometimes about, I'm so glad that I still have that certain sense of pureness within myself still. A certain sense of childlikeness, time is very magical, because if you ask me, I still feel like that 11-year-old boy that, but I know I've grown, I know I've changed, and I feel the difference in everything. So I know that I'm not 11, nor am I holding on to anything, but I'm glad that I've maintained a certain sense that didn't seem like anything changed at all, and I'm thankful for that. I'm really thankful for that, because it's that keeps you alive. It's that helps you enjoy. It's that still allows you to continue to, be open to the moment, open, to life. I've caught myself being tight in certain times, and in those moments I felt very uncomfortable, and I had to bring it back. But bringing it back was never controlled by me. Thankfully, just by the universe, and I'm thankful that I still have that, because it's that connects with my daughter so perfectly. We're just two kids. You know what I mean? Like, we're like just two kids. It's funny. Like, she's like my best friend. Like I'm not making, it's not emotional gushy. I'm not crying, and I'm just saying she's like my best friend. And it's funny based off how we connect, because we laugh so much over stuff, and we don't even speak the same language. She speaks baby language. We don't even know what each other are. Well, she knows what I'm saying. That's what's so crazy. She knows that's what's weird. She knows exactly what I'm saying. I don't know what she's saying all the time. She doesn't have a certain sense of it's about to happen. I could tell now she's starting to form certain sounds that could turn into words. But up until like the last week of that, it was all her just freestyling. Like, she make up her own words. She has her own language, her own meaning. She's confident in her own language. Like she'll look at you crazy if you don't understand the language that she made up in her head. She's confident. She's a fiery beast. Like, I love it. I love it. And one thing I always say, I am not. This is one thing. I could say this. This is something I really do want to talk about. One of the things about me recently that I've been struggling with is sometimes just being tight inside that turns into an anger, or allowing anger to come so easily. You know what I mean? And it comes from a frustration, but it also used to just come from a non-healing and so many other things. But I realize now that when it comes to her, I understand my path and my journey, and hers is hers, right? But I also love where she is and how she is. And I only want to build from that. I don't want to tear down. The reason why I say that is because where she is and where she is where I worked myself up to be, because at one point in time when I was younger, I was not there. I was not as confident. I was not as outspoken. I was not as known. I didn't know myself. I wasn't me. If you would have talked to me, you'd have been saying I mumbled because you didn't even really understand what I said or something. I wasn't fully in my godness, my godliness. My throat chakra was not activated, But not only that, just my whole overall aura was not activated. And it took me time to build myself step by step, year by year, to pull out a grander, much larger, enormous, powerful version of my truest self out, because I was surrounded by dumbness and things that just fogged up my mind and my consciousness, and I wasn't doing nothing, right? And I'm glad I got out of that. But where my baby is now is at a place that I know she can take it further. I'm glad I got out of the rut and got back on a good path, but there's so much work, such a long journey. And I want her to be able to enjoy everything. And the thing is, the tightness and things that I struggle with are the same things that could make me ruin, the moments, or even just her in essence. And that's one thing that I've been very, very mindful of, just making sure that I completely heal who and what I am, because who and what I am is all that I have, and who and what I am is all that she has, and it either works for me or works against me, or works for her or works against her. And that's the most beautiful but yet scary thing about parenting. And it's not scary at all, because once you understand that you're guided beautifully, you're growing, you're changing. This too is just another part of the process on a grander scale. And I love being a father. I love being her father. I wouldn't want anybody in the world to bring her into this world other than me. I don't trust anybody in this world to bring her up and do, like, I trust me to do what I gotta do for her. And some days I feel like I'm not doing enough. Some days I feel like but I don't give a fuck about that. Fuck doubt. I'm here, and I don't even have to curse. I don't care. I give it no energy. I rather put that energy into spending time with my baby, spending time with building myself, spending time with enjoying myself, spending time with enjoying others, spending time with building things that I would like to see in my life. And those are the most important things. Also, being in a position to facilitate growth for her. You know, I want to be a living, nourishing environment for her. You know, completely in and out. I want to be a nourishing environment for her. You know, the same thing that the yellow sun and Earth's nourishing atmosphere did for Kal-El. I want to be a nourishing atmosphere for my daughter, like mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. I want her to be her best, you know, and I'm gonna see to that, you know, because that's the most important thing to me. And I think just as parents in general, I think a lot of parents, but I take that back. There's actually some bitch ass parents out there that are selfish, that don't want their children to be better than them, that are afraid of their children, that are intimidated by their children, that sometimes get jealous of their children. And honestly, I can't call you a bitch ass parent. You know, you're wrong, apparently. But at the end of the day, you're a child, and you have growing to do. And with an undeveloped mindset, you will come out with undeveloped equations, undeveloped results. And you know, a lot of the children don't know this because some of these parents are their own in everything, because that's how you view life. You know, it's not that you know who your parents truly are until you realize that sometimes they're just human beings, but sometimes they're horrible human beings. And to be honest with you, a lot of children need to be protected from their parents. And sometimes, you know, I think people say God or whatever, but sometimes just the universe and God can be the only thing that can orchestrate some certain aspects. But we don't know everything, because there are some children that have fell through the cracks as far as being protected. And you know, as of right now, there's a big thing in them talking about the whole Epstein situation. You know, where children are trapped on islands with predators. You know, probably even brought and traveled in on crates, in darkness, on water trips, and not even knowing where they've been taken or where they are. And to even escape a room, to run to another door, to run to another door, to run to another door, to run outside, to run to a beach, to only be met by water and no other people and nothing else other than going back to the house and the doors that you just ran through. That's hell. That's hell. Here in America, you have the decency, you have the opportunity to at least run to another life person, another area, another something. To be stuck on an island, like you all don't even understand the type of mind games I'm pretty sure that were played. Not even just physical, but like, man. My hearts go out to those children. And it's still going on right now. It's still going on. Still rituals of molestation going on right now. Still rituals of killings, sacrificing, hangings going on right now. 2025. The world has not improved. You know, as a new parent, this is the type of shit that make you want to just go out in the middle of the night with a Batman suit on and just clean up the city. Like just going on nightly missions, you and your Robin or your, just like this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Is beyond heinous. And you know what's funny? And it's not funny. It's not funny at all. This is perpetuated, and this is most likely because, I'm not gonna say that. But what I will say is, we as a people in America, we need to wake up. A lot of this is perpetuated because people choose to believe or defend things saying that they aren't real when they have no cachet, no mindset, and don't even know. They're just gun-ho on the fact aliens aren't real and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yo, hey, shut the fuck up. Go sit down. Matter of fact, watch this. If you pluck all of those people out of the synthetic understanding and places that they actually are in society, and you plop them in real nature or a jungle or something, where there are leopards, snakes, monkeys, baboons, things that haven't been documented, and like, just imagine how in society they're looking at their phone and they're talking loudly with attitude, spice, sauce, all this extraness towards a phone, towards or whatever, expressing whatever the fuck is being expressed. And all this from a social media mindset. Now you take the same person, you plop them down in the jungle, and notice how silent they become. Because number one, you get to talking that loud and all of that, you're gonna get ate. Number one, they're gonna eat you anyway. But the aligning, the instant frequency change, it just shows you where we as a people are. We as a people we need to make some changes, man. Some real ones. Ironically, I actually do got one more shout out. Shout out to my homie Sam. I'm working with Sam right now. I don't want to jinx anything. I don't think I will. I believe what's meant to be will be. But I'm really appreciative of Sam. Sam, I want to thank you. I actually forgot how I met Sam, but I know I met Sam over 15 years ago. But Sam is an audio engineer, and he's dope. He's dope. He's working on something for us right now, and he let me hear a piece. Well, actually, let me hear it just without the verse, but he did everything else on the song. He mixed it, and it sounds beautiful, you all. I'm talking about wow. I'm talking like wow. So I'm looking forward to working with Sam. And he's, one thing about him, and he said is, his craft improved. It's a test to time, and I want to tell all of you younger kids out there that I've been telling you about seeding in life. Whatever you want to do, start it now. Put the seeds in, put the time and the work in, and you will master it. You will have it. You will attain it. I told you that episodes ago. But Sam is a test of time and a testament to the fact that you keep going, you get better. What Sam is doing now is so much different and more evolved than when we first met. He's better in his craft by far, and the thing is, I'm better in my craft, and it shows. So if I was to bring that same blah, blah, blah that I brought 15 years ago, whatever the case may be, it'd be a different story. I don't even think it's been 15 years. Maybe it's been like, I think 15 is a stretch. Maybe it's been like 12 or 13, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, shout out to Sam. Sam is he's just a dope individual, man. And Sam is just, you know, it's so funny. Sam, I guess, all right, so Sam is Asian. I don't know what type of Asian, but the reason I say that is because Sam's work ethic is crazy. This man is like always doing something. He's like always doing something. And he works like crazy, but even when you talk to him, you can always tell that he's doing what he's doing with you, while also partially having a hand in doing the next thing that he's about to do, multitasking at the same time. Like he's a busybody. But he's smart. He's intelligent. The man, he likes his work. So shout out to Sam, man. Yeah, definitely Sam. A lot of people can learn from you, and to be honest with you, bro, I'm learning from you. So let me go take a little break, and I'll be right back. Thank you. Love you all. Ooh, we back. Welcome back. This here is that By the Way Podcastisio. And I forgot to mention, this is 141. It's episode 141. We all the way deep in, and I'm sorry. Even though I'm not sorry, it's nothing to apologize about. It is what it is. But yes, this is 141. Just so you know, 41 is my favorite number. Yeah, 41 is my favorite number. It's always been my favorite number since, oh man, I could tell you all exactly why. I probably have, but 41 is you know what? I'm gonna keep that to me. I'm gonna keep that one to me. But yeah, 41 is my favorite number. It's not 41, it's 141. But yeah, shout out to us making that move. You know, we've been on a groove. You know, I love how we're flowing through the year now. You know, and I think at least doing weekly now, we're positioned to at least do 40 to 50 a year, a little bit more than last year. I think before last year, I think I averaged about maybe 2 episodes a month. And it was a learning experience all those years. You know, it really was. I had a lot going on. I had to really understand what was important to me. And I really got a chance to sit down and hone in on this podcast. And to be honest with you, it was the best decision I've ever had, and was probably forced and created or molded upon me. But it wasn't forced. It was molded, you know. But it did fall upon me. And I did fall upon it. And I'm thankful. I'm really thankful. But yeah, it's 141. So I want to talk to some artists now. I'm a lover's lover of music. I'm an understander of music. I'm a seer, you know. So, you know, if you're serious about your artistry and you put the music out, and I'm able to see it, digest it, and it's a part of what you are and what you give. If we've been rocking and doing things for a very long time, then as a listener, I can see what you see and see what you struggle with. I can see what you love, what you view as good and passion. And sometimes over time, as you get older, the only way that an artist can technically stay is if they evolve and recreate themselves. And it seems like due to money, when something works, people don't allow it to grow or are afraid of changing anything that could mess up the money. So the topics, flows, beat, quality, everything probably stays the exact same to a degree, you know. And I wanted to speak about an artist specifically, right? But at the same token, I don't want to put anybody names or anything out like that because I don't want to seem like I'm aiming, shooting, or firing at anybody at any point in time. This person is talented. I listen to their music. And I apologize for not necessarily saying who exactly this person is, but I could still use this entity, this existence in space, and the knowledge from it. And I could still use the information. So, sometimes, you know what? I gotta step back. I think it's important to understand what you understand, but incorporate it for yourself. You can't expect or want change and growth in others. And that's where I just realized it, because if I make a song, that song is how I felt. And some people's feelings are aligned to a degree. You can definitely look at cohesive consciousness careers. I don't want to use anybody's names because people change and things get warped. But there's some artists that we feel confident, and we've seen their morality, their trajectory, and their growth and their music. So that's that. But at the same token, you can't expect the same thing from everyone. You really can't. And yeah, you just really can't. So shout out to you, artists. I guess I won't even speak on anything. I'll just say, I will speak. I'll speak from a different standpoint. I'll tell you the reason why I'm saying this. The reason why I'm saying this because I hear problems within the music, and I hear sadness, and I hear how things aren't going in beautiful ways sometimes. And I hear self-sabotage. I hear so much, and when you're on the mic and you have the voice, sometimes when you are the problem for yourself, it's hard to see it when your voice is becoming so big. And that's one thing I look at myself, it's a blessing to have funds, resources, and money. It is. But it's also a blessing to not have funds, resources, and money. It lets you put things in perspective, and it lets you really get to, okay, yeah, that's my alarm. And it just, it aligns you to reality, Sometimes I believe money can, change the perspective of things. But at the same time, I think solidarity and time alone, when you have money, also could assist and help with that. But then again, I'm not going to say I'm the worst person to discuss that. Ever since I was a little kid, money always burned a hole in my pocket, I couldn't wait. You know what it was, though? And I see it now more than ever. And it's still in me. It's still fucking in me, right? At all times. One second. We back. Ooh. So, Let me see. Sometimes I'm working on having the best choice of words, but unfortunately and ironically, in the story I was telling you about earlier about my daughter's grandfather, about when I met one of my listeners, getting him some collard greens and mustard greens and some smoked tips or whatever it was. But anyway, same guy. He was coming over to visit, and apparently he felt ill, and he fell down in our doorstep, and they came and got me, asked me to come out. So I went, and we had a situation. So got him to the hospital, and found out he was having some heart issues. It was affecting his speech was slurred. He was in and out, wasn't fully there. And you could tell his just overall demeanor, the energy he usually gives off just wasn't. It wasn't buzzing the way it usually did. So we went, and that was the whole thing. So I am back. So yeah, good energy. He's 84, and he's lived a long life, did a lot of things, and I think it's just important that we're there with him throughout it all. You know what I mean? That's one thing I do. I'm glad I activated this. We're supposed to be together throughout it all, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me, gods and goddesses. We're supposed to be together from babies to old. And sometimes, based off who you become, it's your choice in a lot of things of what type of person you become. Whether you're pulled in with open arms, or you're a nuisance. Old people can be very, very finicky and very perfect. Who knows? But I think that it's important for us to be there for each other at our later years. We need them more than ever, Excuse me. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I really do. I really, 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 really do. So, yeah. What do I want to say and take myself to There was nothing with that. Nothing with that. No, there was nothing with that. You got me so. No, let me stop. Okay. So I would like to attempt to learn how to fly. Is that crazy? Okay. I feel like everything else is boring. You either go down a rabbit hole of so much and put yourself energetically in a place where you can't carry out anyway. I'd rather save that emotion, save that energy, and put it towards something that I can put my mind towards internally, something that's out of the box. You know what I mean? Like, it's war, 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 war. It's bills, it's politics, it's votes, it's this name, it's that name, it's those people, it's those people, it's that country, it's this regime, it's this. Ay. You know what's funny? Well, it's not funny. You know what's right? Ironic. I'm changing up my choice of words. I don't know how long I'm going to be saying that, but until I do, that'll be the precursor. What's ironic is, all this information comes. And the thing about information is information can be understood before digested. It can be scanned before ingested, right? But once it's ingested, it's understood. And once it's understood, it affects the body, the nervous system, the thoughts, it runs through your head, the question, information. So, what's so very quite weird and ironic about the country of America is that we are so emotional and so undeveloped spiritually that Americans emotionally attached to things that they're not equipped for. So when you talk about things of war, things of strategic, emotionless concepts, these are the same things that govern the people that are emotional. And these same people couldn't comprehend or understand what actually is going on, even if it was presented to them. The rabbit hole of delusion of a certain understanding or a certain emotional attachment to a certain sense of thinking of a reality is what is. And to be so emotional and so gung-ho and so this and that over something that you don't have the skills, manpower, mindset, or discipline to carry out the peace that you claim you want. And it just comes down to a place of people continuously going in a cycle to get funds. And don't get me wrong, I'm not demonizing or wronging people. I'm just saying this is the way of life. And this is how people are used and just played. Because all you do at that point is complain or argumentatively express disdain of certain ethical views with others that you come into contact with about a certain sense of fake control in your own life. You know what's even crazier? Check this out. Today, right now, as you're listening to this second, this moment, this is the newest, most expansive time of existence. So it's happening right now, right? Okay, so all the people who exist right now have come from parents that came 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 from parents. All right. Now, every that came from parents is also moments of living in intricate decisions and emotional understandings and waves and pools of life, right? All this dancing and ways and all these things that all brought it back down to where we are right now, right? Good. So, your genetics, your bloodline, your family, the people that you're, not you, but exist and are around, people have the audacity to distance themselves, fight, and be opposing to their own family and genetics over a sense of false, fake power in politics that is a fairly new thing, and it's a game playing everybody emotionally and duping them. That's what's so crazy to me. Where's your honor? Where's your respect for your bloodline, for your family? Like, that's crazy. The fact that, see, you know what's crazy? You know what's dangerous? That right there is why being American is dangerous. Because being American isn't a real thing. Being American is a mind program. I'll show you what I mean. Everybody has their own genetics. When you come here, you become American. No, you don't become American. You become a way of thinking with a spirit within you. And whatever that is not good. Because there's a certain sense of blindness. There's no more natural connectivity. It's all mind driven. That's why people don't understand the power of the mind. The mind is very powerful. But if you look around, the mind too can be aligned with nature. But the mind also has the ability to do whatever it wants. And when the mind is not aligned with nature, you see the world that we are in right now. When the mind is aligned with nature, somehow that world was killed off or is dying. Because there are some people that, live off the earth and things of that nature. But there are also other people on the same earth they live on that have the ability to drop technology that destroys, changes, or alters the entire geographic, So it's like, I don't know. Actually, I do know. So it's just that, like, sometimes being American, maybe in itself it needs a re-engineering. Because it's not being American that we want as a people. We want to be human. And it's humanity, not Americanity. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because, like, a lot of people come here and become erased. Their language, their culture, their information in their history becomes erased. And their overall, even their emotional setup and build becomes altered. From high salt, high sugar, and televised entertainment. The mind, attention, frustration, focus, it's all altered. The sparking of a frustration, anger, how easy it is to build up in today's society. I believe they say, I'm not a Bible quoter and all that. I just think certain things make sense when I live enough to understand that it makes sense. But be slow to anger. And everybody is quick to anger. Most days nowadays. I take that back again. That sounds facetious. I could put a percentage, but that would be wrong because it wouldn't be exact. But I would say a great most of people are stuck in an aggressive, emotional, stunted loop, and they're not fit to be put in places to be thinking about other things when they themselves are begrudgingly in survival mode. The only thing they can offer is a conversation and an argument from their emotions that drains them. But they're not packing their bags, grabbing a hammer, hopping in a boat, swimming and paddling over with some strangers to rebuild or defend anything. So I think being able to tone it back, being able to not be so emotional, and also truly just understanding how to be a human. That's the problem. People don't treat people like humans. That's why people walk up to people and shoot people. That's why people put people in cages. That's why people rig people's projects. That's why people push people into danger. That's why people sabotage people. That's why people hurt people. You know, it's not much humanity. It's not much valuing of life. And a lot of that is because there's not much seen of divinity in life, which is the problem. Most people don't see people special. And the thing is that you are what you are. And the reality is we are all special. But at the same time, there's also a part in existence where you're not special. And I'll explain exactly what that is. You're special because you are special. You were born to be special. You have the capabilities and the potentiality of magical and powerful things, unbeknownst to you. But the world that you were born into, the mindset that you were molded into, the understanding and the emotional build that you have set you on a path that did not pull out the greatness within you. So that is why you're not special. But you are still special in your own right. It's hard to explain. Plus, on top of that, one of the grandest reasons that you are special, even when you don't know you're special, is because of this. What you don't know and don't realize is that you are light. You are light inside of cosmic technology. No, that is not a body. That is cosmic technology. You're just not in tune with it. And I'll tell you exactly what it is and what's going on. Your so-called body is hardware. Your so-called mind is software. Software is your brain. That's where it's soft. Hardware is your body, your bones. It moves. It, operates machinery. Software is the control mainframe room, if you want to call it. And then there's something called systems. Systems are the connectivity between the hardware and the software. And you are ultimately systems. Systems of your body and connecting your mind. And as you get older, you have to put in more work, more magnetism in your body so that your body, your hardware, operates as efficiently to the software, your mind in it, because as you understand, your body starts to slow down as you get older, but it doesn't really slow down because there is no time and age. The only thing that happens is the body starts to lose literal magnation. You don't move as much. And the reason why you don't move as much is because of the world that we live in. We're supposed to do. The body creates youth and healing genes from heat and moving, meaning we're supposed to be playing our hearts out every day to the point that we're falling over, sweating, gasping for air while laughing because we just had the most magnanimous 18 hours of sunlight and now we're drooping sleep, and millions of people are all knocked out sleep. Billions of people are all knocked out sleep because we all just did the most funnest magneting everything in the world, and you just sleep anywhere because everybody's doing the most greatest things ever. There's no need to hold on to anything about anything. There's no home, there's no this, there's no that. You take care of people's kids, people take care of your kids. You see your children see you. You have no lover, you love all lovers, lovers all love you. You hold on to nothing, you own nothing. It just all goes and flows. Nobody hurts anything. And if a life is like that, that means you are living highly to the most of your solar cells. You're traveling, you're living. As you live longer as you live. When you stop living, you die. And the thing is that a lot of people are not living. They're not living. When you live, you live. When you don't live, you don't live, and you die. So, understanding just just the overallness of what we're doing, how we're doing it. There needs to be an overall uprooting, change now, immediately, because the children's brains that are being born and forming and molding now are coming up off of the BS that is still being perpetuated. You know, the world, this world should be healed sexually enough to the point where women's breasts should be freely exposed to sunlight. A woman should be able to turn you on, but it shouldn't be all just sexual. We should be able to understand the potentiality that we all have within us, and it's so much more and grander than just sex. But we don't see that in each other. We only see breast, booty, and the idea of some fantasy. But those breasts feed lives that nourish brains that come up with inventions and ways of living and things to do, but we're not pushing the needle. These women, these men, we're more than just, like I told you, we're cosmic technology. But we're not using our technology. Little do we know that our bodies are coded to do so much more than we know. I'll say that again. Our bodies are coded to do so much more than we know. Don't believe me? The fact that you don't know how to build a heart or a foot, let alone an eyeball, with your bare hands, but you can with your bare genitals, and your cells and everything within you know exactly how to make it. Know how to make hair. Know how come on now, like our bodies know how to process sugars, clean our blood, clean our bones, clean our mindsets. It knows how to filter our minds and our emotions at certain times. It does a lot that we know and don't know. So, in so many ways, unbeknownst to you even wanting to admit, you will always be special. It's inside of you. Special. You're born of special cosmic dust. You are specialness. Your body does things that you don't know how to do. Some people aligned have great reflexes. Don't have much training of skills, but amazing reflexes. Body working, hardware working with the software. So it's like we have to get in tune with who we are. It's not about being American. Most Americans are not liked by most people. Most Americans are assholes. Most Americans think they're this and that, and they're fucking dumb. Like, and it's not all, don't get me wrong. There's some very highly intelligent people in America, by far. But there are a lot of dumbs as well. Just call them dumbs. I don't have to say anything else. But a lot of people that are dumbs based off repetitive, I guess, ego. I guess repetitive thinking that there's something, a big-headedness where I don't know why it exists. If you ask me, it's more like a spirit of some sort. It's obnoxious. It's completely obnoxious. Whatever energy that is, it's not good. But there are calm, receptive, mindful and truthful, outspoken people here as well. And so I don't want to let that be swept under the rug or washed away in the notion. It's not all badness, but there just has to be a better sense of emotional intelligence. Excuse me, I had to belch. There has to be a better sense of emotional intelligence so that people understand what it is that they feel, why they feel, and what it is that they're actually saying. And that's just that. But anyway, I won't keep you all. I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, this is 141. I will say, don't forget, get you a BTW, BTWT. Hey, listen, I know y'all hear every time people say, by the way, on podcasts, on shows, on movies, TV. Just hey, if you don't believe me, just check it out. Notice how many people say, by the way. Hey, that's the show, by the way. We hear it. Don't forget it. But anyway, just saying BTW made me just jolted that. But yeah, the BTWT's first edition, grab you one. I rather go that route rather than just asking for donations. I don't feel like anything is wrong with donations. I just don't want to ask for donations. I feel like that's awful. I do want to just open up the lane to do so. So as I get a chance to go more into this lane, I definitely want to do this more than just give me some money. That's not me. I never even been that type. So plus, ain't nobody ever just gave me no money. Like, come on now. Other than my mom, my dad, like, come on. And even that was when I was what? Who knows, But anyway, and shout out to them, by the way. Shout out to them. Love, peace, happiness, guidance, and protection. Wish for all. I wish it for all. But yeah, yeah. So check out. I'll put the link in the description, and grab your BTWT. And, share the link. Push it out there. Maybe some other people want to get it. I'm down. I'm here for it. Hope you all are grand, swell. Keep doing your thing out there. Don't forget, you can save 15% on Link app through our code. You could just put the little, they got different little things. Just check them out. Different tech that helps you connect with people on the go. So check it out, see what's best for you, save a little money, and move your product, move your services, and wish you the best. Also, as I stated before, if you would like to donate, totally optional, or you can just put your hands up and give me everything you got right now. No, I'm just playing. Come on now. You just heard me literally in my flops. Just oh man. Hey, but look, if you would like to donate, I am more than appreciative. You can definitely do so via PayPal at Wickush, WICKUSH. Again, that is via PayPal at Wickush, WICKUSH. That's it, everybody. I'll get out of here. Don't forget, grab you some Haritaki, HARITAKI. When you get it, this is what you do. I'm an OG in this. I got you. So get you some warm water or some tea. I don't really do tea. I rather just do some regular, like, room temperature water. You gotta be OG about it. You gotta be OG. Can't be no punk. You get your spoon. You get about halfway on there with the spoon. You poke your tongue out and you stop breathing. You put your tongue up and you dap your tongue to cover up the tip of your tongue in the spoon, and then you take it back. After you take it back, then you put the rest of what the spoon is in your mouth, right? Now you don't close your mouth, you don't do anything yet. You just still hold your tongue out while it's still on the tip of your tongue. And the reason I say and I do this is because this is really good for smokers. It really has antioxidants, and it disinfects and cleans from carcinogen. I can't even get my words out right now. Carcinogen. I can't even get it. Why can't I say what I'm trying to say? Anyway, carcinogens or whatever, maybe. And all of those particles and things from smoking or just overall eating or whatever the case may be from even just bacteria in general, because it's antibacterial. And it cleans the tongue from any inhalations, because the tip of your tongue is the first thing that, And then underneath your gums and all that. And you put some water in your mouth. You swish it around just a little bit so it's a little pasty. And then over time you put a little bit more, because it'll be nasty. Trust me. But you want to swish it up around your teeth. It strengthens your teeth. It strengthens your gums. It cleans your mouth. You want to gargle with it. It cleans your throat. If you have a sore throat, it cleans up your sore throat in a day or two. Real talk. This stuff is magical. Real talk. And I hate sore throats. Coming from Chicago, sore throats are I have some enemies. Like some what do you call them? I can't think of them right now offhand. But my worst enemies are sore throats, mosquitoes, and I think is it crook in my neck? I think it's crook. It's one other thing. Is it boils? It's one of them. I don't know. I hate them. But yeah. That's not my deal. Not my stilo. But anyway, clean your throat. It cleans your digestive system, cleans your stomach, cleans your body of any parasites. I'm talking if you have worms, meat eaters, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, the intestine is very long. A lot of people don't know eggs can be embedded very deeply, even in fruit and vegetables. So vegetarians, you too have to watch it, but it's a little easier to detox as a vegetarian, because you don't have as much literal gook and backed up waste for these things to live in and eat off of. Because a lot of people don't know there's actual undigested flesh in some people's, and just overall food in people's intestine. And, that's just something, But it's also fibrous, meaning it cleans your intestine. So you get the fiber, basically particles that rub against and knock off contagions or just things that cling or clung on to your intestine as you were digesting food for over the years. So that's what that is. But like I said, it gives you oxygen. It cleans up your body, cleans up your blood, brightens your eyes. You can make your own paste. What I do is I get a can of or a jar of coconut oil. Once it warms up a little bit, I pour it, or once it's just at room temperature, it's not like thick or coagulated. I pour it into a pan, heat it slowly, not very high. I take a full tablespoon of Harataki, and I sift it over the hot oil, and it fuzzes up a little bit. I stir it continuously. I might add like maybe a half a teaspoon more, optional. Sometimes you can just do that, and then after it cools off, you put it back in a glass jar. After it cools off, if you do it when it's too hot, the glass will crack and explode on you. Then you'll have oily, broken glass. You'll be slipping and sliding while cutting yourself. Do not do that. Do not do that. I just told you. So thank you. But once it cools off, you can use it. It grows your hair. It cleans your hair and as well, because it's detoxifying. It's crazy. You can ingest it. I'll say this. I do not suggest you do it unless you're a highly spiritual, and you highly know what you're doing, because this stuff is very strong. So excuse me, I made the mistake of taking a tablespoon one time, because I'm like, I've taken the actual powder, so me taking the oil shouldn't be anything. Boy, was I wrong. I was pooping for like 3 days from 1 tablespoon. Now, usually if you take Harataki at night, you have a nice, full, complete bowel movement by morning time when you wake up, because it's a diuretic as well. It'll help clean you out for you to like poop. But yeah, be careful with that. But it is safe and able to do. Like, just be careful with it. That's all I'm saying. But put it on your skin. It cleans up blemishes, marks, bumps, acne, dark circles on the eyes. It cleans up lines. It magnates your skin to the point you actually become more youthful, in my opinion. It tightens your skin. It heals your lips. You put this stuff on your lips. Just trust me. Put it on your lips. 3 weeks later, you'll be like, damn, my lips look great. I'm not even playing with you. Even on hair, facial hair as well. It just gives a glow to your hair. I have dreads. So when you put in your dreads, I'm all natural with it. No dyes or nothing like that. This makes your hair glow and grow, both of them. So it's all natural. Like I said, you can also put it on places of pain, knees, hips. It's good with anti like fungal on toes and feet and stuff like that. It cleans and clears that up. It's just magical. It does everything for the body, especially if you're brown. I don't know other people. I just know for my body, it's like it was just made for my skin. I'm dark skinned, so like, yeah, it just makes me look like a sweet hot cup of hot cocoa. Just full, robust flavor. You're gonna be looking good out here. But it heals you deeply, very deeply. So check that out. Anyway, let me get up out of here. I was on that like for a while. It's okay. I love you all. I always put the energy in. Meanwhile, I'm gonna get out of here. You all be safe. I wish you all nothing but guidance and protection. It's Mr. Bush. This is that by the way. Peace.